Yo, what is up? It is Mr. Super Heavy, the first video. I'm going to be doing a boring recap of a messed up cycle that I did, squat and deadlift cycle. Uh, let's go ahead and start the video. 3, 2, 1, go. This is the first week. I have my training log pulled up next to me. Week 1 was 8s. The plan was to do 8s for 3 weeks, 5s for 3 weeks, 3s for 2 weeks, and then max out, as well as doing top singles, starting with the 5s week. As you can see, these 8s don't look very good. Ran out of work capacity. Didn't run out of work capacity, just low work capacity, too fat, and not enough cardio. So started doing a lot of cardio during this time, and I also lost a good amount of weight, about 10 pounds ish, maybe 5 to 10 pounds. Also doing dead stop deadlifts here. Very light for me. Not much to say at this weight. So this whole cycle got kind of scuffed because I got antsy and maxed out about 3 weeks too early. So I wound up just finishing out the 5s week 3 and then maxed out after that, as we'll see here. I would also normally do another week of 8s before. Right here is the second week. We've got 260. For this sort of comeback block, I had trained for a good little bit. So I was only doing 1 day of lower body training per week, and I was doing this 3 sets of 8 squat and 3 sets of 8 deadlift on the same day, and no accessories or anything. Basically just doing cardio the other days, and 2 upper body days that were just body weight exercises mostly. These are more like cluster set deadlifts. I kind of like this a lot. Get a lot of first reps in. Also, apologies for the scuffed aspect ratio. I did mostly filmed vertically for this block. I've since changed that, but yeah, we'll just have to deal with it. Realistically, no one's going to watch this. I just want it documented. Since this block, I've started doing a bit more of a dynamic roll into my legs. And I've played around with lower hips, but I think lower hips might be a trap. I think my shoulders dump forward a lot. I don't think it's necessarily because of My hip's not being low enough. Here's week 5. More of the same. Can't seem to figure out my squat form. I've squatted with like a wide stance for most of the time that I've squatted. And I brought my foot stance in to like a more traditional width, and I had worked my way up to 335 for 3 sets of 8. And it felt really good. But something changed. I don't know what. Surely it's not body weight exclusively. Just can't seem to figure out my squat technique. We'll see. I'm just going to stick with the closer stance because I don't care to work more hinge. Mostly need to work quads. My main focus is a bigger deadlift at this point. So that's what I'm going to try to stick to. We got Big Matt in the background. This might have been his first day in the gym. It had just rained, and as you can see, I'm spraying water everywhere. They call me the porpoise. Yeah. It's gory. It gets gory down here at the gym. All sorts of fluids. As you can see with these deads, week 1 actually looked harder than week. What week are we on? I don't even remember. But the 8s got way easier. Here's some of the stuff I was doing on my upper body days. Some dips at 279 or something like that. Alright, here's the first week of singles and 5s. This is 330. Ugh, so dump forward really bad there. I think a lot of what caused this to be a bad block was my underloading of these sets. Yeah, I'd planned to not go as heavy on them or something. It just did not work. I should have stuck to what I know and done heavier sets of 8 and 5. I mean, these look hard though. Why they look hard, I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me. I was doing 335 for 3 sets of 8 not that long before this, so mystery. Shot in the head. What? First single. Actually, kind of slow. Let's see here. Oh, according to my training log, I was running this week and messed up my hip and ankle. That could definitely be why these looked so rough. Yeah, I would not suggest running at 280 with no significant build-up to them. These look hard. Jeez. Week number 5. Because Squats were going so bad, I decided to do wider stance. This is how I normally squat. Looked much better than the other ones. But I decided to not continue with that because that's not the point of these squats. The point is to get better at squat pattern motion, not really hinge motion. So, closer stance it is. Just dumping my shoulders forward. I also started going twice a week at this point. So this is the first day that I went twice a week. Before I was doing squats and deadlifts on the same day, 1 day a week. Now I'm doing back squats and these stiff-legged deadlifts on the other day, as you'll see, doing front squats and deadlifts. Front squats are a good accessory for me. It seems like I am unbelievably weak at these.
Bar to the throat.
Upper back is weak. 475 after front squats. Looks good, yeah. Looks way better than 455. 400. I was getting hyped up today, yeah. Good. Not much to analyze there. Getting the dynamic roll in. My knee's shooting back a bit. Yeah, fine. Week number 6. This will end up being my heaviest squat single before I max out. 370. Just not skilled as singles at this point, I don't think. I think it's obvious that I am stronger than what I'm displaying here. There's something weird about the way I'm doing these, and I can't quite figure it out. Less dumping forward here, but these are very sub-max weights, so, what can you really gather from this?
I might have been in high school because it seems like Coach Ford was on there. But a fire truck come up behind us. And evidently he didn't hear it until last minute, and it came up behind us, not beside of us, and he stopped the fucking brakes.
There's my dad.
Of I-40, I mean, just
telling a story about somebody brake checking a fire truck. Very badass on the interstate.
Fire engine. No, it just scared the shit out of me. It scared the shit out of all of us after he stopped the brakes.
Doing these beltless, by the way. Here is dip update. So I think the last one was a set of 5. It's not too bad set of 7. I don't particularly like how much my body moves, but if I don't kind of curl up like that, my feet hit the floor in most dip racks. So my depth looks good on that though, so happy with that. More front squats, couple set of 5. Main weakness here is the old upper back. Always dumping the bar forward. Does it matter? Don't know. In the front squat it does. In the back squat, not sure. We'll listen to this one here.
Okay. It feels like I'm gonna have diarrhea.
Very nice. 495. Actually moved pretty slow there. 415. This is not a bad 3x5 for me, I guess. Obviously more fun when you don't have to do 8 reps. One cue I am trying to work out is packing my lats more on these shoulder blades, pulled down. I have a problem with upper back tightness, so that's a cue I'm working on. We will see that come up in just a minute when my upper back looks quite rounded. That's normal for me. Here's a 405 squat, nothing out of the ordinary. Just a bit pensive there in the bottom, if that's even the right word. Now we got a very interesting miss here. Notice I don't even attempt to come up out of the bottom. It's not a strength issue. It is some sort of mental block, I think. And don't come up at all. Just dump it right over the head. So this block, this next block, I will be training my singles a little bit harder. And here's where we max out for the end of the 7 weeks. A lot of rounding, but I never had back problems, so it's probably fun. 405, 565, that is where we stand. Talk to you later.